Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. It's been a while, and we got some post 1961 Apba bats and two teams you never seen on the channel here before. We got the Colorado Rockies traveling to Arizona to take on the Diamondbacks. And opening day here on March 31st in Arizona. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Colorado Rockies. Leading off playing second base, LeMahieu. And batting second and playing right field is Bichette. Batting third, playing first base, Galarraga. Batting fourth, playing left field is Burks. Batting fifth, playing center field is Gonzalez. Batting sixth, playing third base is Castillo. Batting seventh, playing shortstop is Telewisco. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Rosario. And batting ninth on the mound is Jimenez. And now for the starting lineups of the Arizona Diamondbacks, the home team leading off playing right field is Upton. Batting second, playing second is Escobar. Batting third, playing first is Goldsmith. Batting fourth, playing left field is Gonzalez. Batting fifth, playing center field is Feely. Batting sixth, playing center field is Drew. Batting seventh and doing the catching is
Montero.
Batting eighth and playing third base is Lamb, and batting ninth on the mound, the big unit himself, Randy Johnson. Let's get down here to Arizona and get this game started. And LeMahieu to start this season off. And in 2016, he batted .348 with 11 homers and 66 RBIs going up against Randy Johnson. And in 2002, Randy was 24-5 with a 2.32 ERA. Here's the pitch to DJ. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Goldsmith. He takes it himself, steps on the bag, and that'll be out number one. And now we got Bichette up now, and in 1995, he hit .340 with 40 homers and 128 RBIs. And Dante's going to swing and miss on that one. Randy Johnson's first strikeout of the year. Two down here in the top of the first. And we got Galarraga up now. And in 1993, he batted .370 with 22 homers and 98 RBIs. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts by the big unit. The Rockies, nothing. Arizona coming to the plate. And we'll have Upton due up here to lead it off for the Diamondbacks. And in 2011, he batted .289, 31 homers, 88 RBIs. And Jimenez, let's see what year that was for him. And in 2010, he was 19-8 with a 2.88 ERA. Here's the first pitch to Upton. Excuse me, and that's going to be a rare play, 65 and a 40. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike one on Justin. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And he gets a hold of this. That ball is high. How far is it going to travel is the question, folks. And that ball is out of here. Justin Upton starts the season off for the Diamondbacks with a leadoff homer in the left field. Just like that, it's Colorado nothing. Arizona 1 as he took that 0-1 pitch and launched it. And that brings up Escobar. And in 2019, Escobar hit .269. He had 35 homers and 118 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left. Burks goes back near the track, makes the catch for out number 1. And that brings up Paul Goldsmith. And Paul in 2015 hit 321, 33 homers, and 110 RBIs. And that's going to be a infield hit. Goldsmith's aboard here with a single. And we got 1 out and a runner down at first for Luis Gonzalez. And Gonzalez in 2001 hit 325. He had 57 homers, 142 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. 20 and an 8. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field for out, excuse me, out number 2. 2 down now. And Steve Finley comes to the plate. And Finley in 2000 batted .280, 35 homers, 96 RBIs. And that's going to be, let's see here, Goldsmith, be a 45 on a 3. First baseman, a 45 and a 3. Be fielding column 2. And that's going to be a single in the right field. So all of a sudden, the Diamondbacks are threatening here with 2 outs. Goldsmith down at second, Finley at first, and up to the plate is Mr. Drew. And in 2008, Drew hit 291, 21 homers, and 67 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. How far is this one going to travel is the question. And that's going to be a double over first base. And that'll score Goldsmith. Let's see if Finley can score here with 2 outs and bust this game open here. So that'll be a 52. And that is over first base because he's a lefty. That'll be I'm going to say a 52. And Bouchette has a damn good arm out there. 35 plus a 16, a 33. So let's see here. A 63 or lower. He's safe at the plate, and that'll be a 2 RBI. And he's in there. And let's see here. An 18. And that'll be a 30. A 30. So Drew's going to make it down the third on the throw. It's going to be a 2 RBI double. Runner on first is going to score. And the batter's going to get the extra base on the throw. So we're going to have Drew down at third, 2 outs, and a 3-0 ball game. So the Cardinals are getting to Jimenez here in the first. And now you got Montero due up. And in 2009, he batted .294 with 16 homers and 59 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. A 16 on an 8 on a 9. 16 on a 9. And that is going to be a single. Well, let's get the right chart. 16 on a 9. That's going to be a single through third. And the Diamondbacks keep adding to this lead, folks. It is now 4-0. Jimenez struggling here in the first. Now you got a runner down at first and Lamb up. And in 2016, Lamb batted .249, 29 homers, and 91 RBIs. And that'll be a fly ball out to Burke in left field. And that'll finally end the inning. But the Diamondbacks score 4. We get 4-0 as we go to the top of the second. These Rockies are going to struggle in this league, I think, folks, with this pitching staff. Their starters are not very good. They're going to be dependent on that bullpen. That bullpen's going to be used up in a hurry, I think. The question, in my opinion, can the Rockies avoid losing 100 games is what I'm looking to see. Should be interesting. And the lead off the top of the second, these Rockies already down 4-0. You're going to have Burks, Gonzalez, and Castillo due up here. Burks in 1996, he batted .344. He had 40 homers and 128 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That's 3 strikeouts in a row for the big unit. One down here in the second. And Gonzalez is up. And in 2010, he batted .336, 34 homers, and 117 RBIs. And that's going to be a rare play. 42 and a 40. 40, that's a 13. That's a ground ball down the second. Escobar's down there. And let's see what happens here. A 31 and a 7. 31. That'll be barely fielding column 2. And that's going to be a single. Batter beats out hit. Runner, single, batter beats out hit. Beats out the hit. So he beats out the hit. It's an infield hit to Escobar at second. And Gonzalez is on now with 2 outs. 1 out, rather. Runner down at first. And up to the plate comes Vinny Castillo. See if the Rockies can get some of these runs back here. And Vinny in 1997 batted .304 with 40 homers and 113 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. The big unit now with 2 strikeouts in this inning. Can he strike out all 3 of them? He's got Troy up here. And Troy Tulowitzki in 2011 batted .302, 30 homers and 105 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Randy Johnson strikes out all 3 outs. In between was the infield hit. And you can see Arizona's upcoming schedule. They got 2 more games here in Arizona against Colorado. And then the San Francisco Giants come to town for 3 games. And we go to the bottom of the third. It's 4-0 Arizona. We got the bottom part of the order due up here. Randy Johnson followed by the top of the order in Upton and Escobar. And in 2002, Randy Johnson hit a .135 with 8 RBIs. And Randy gets a hold of this. Everybody gets a hit, it looks like, for these Diamondbacks, because we don't need no stinking DH. And he drives that ball in the right field. I think they was playing in Colorado, and that's a leadoff double by Randy Johnson. Just like that. You got Arizona trying to add to this lead. And Upton started this game off with a solo homer. And here's the pitch to Justin. And that's going to be a base on balls. And Jimenez is in a heap of trouble here in game number 1. That's going to get the bullpen up already in this second inning. Like I say, this Colorado Rockies starting on 5 isn't very solid. Escobar's up now. He flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty. It'll be a 17 on an 8. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And Randy will stay put. That'll be out number 1. And that brings up Goldsmith. And Paul, he is 1 for 1. He had a single and came around to score back in the first. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Jimenez first strikeout of the game. Now there's 2 down. Can you get out of this inning with no runs scoring? The first 2 batters getting aboard here. And Luis Gonzalez, he flew out to right field his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. And that'll end the inning. So Jimenez pitches around the first 2 batters getting aboard and keeps the game 4-0. We go to the top of the third. Rosario will be due up, followed by Jimenez, and then back to the top of the order in DJ. And Rosario in 2012 batted .270, 28 homers, and 71 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. Make him a 6. And that is going to be a base hit in the center field. So the Rockies get a leadoff single here. Jimenez is going to stay in the game. He's going to try to bunt him over to second here. Try to get a run across the plate here and cut into this lead. 33. And that's going to be a nice bunt down third base. And Lamb's up with it. And he's going to fire over to first with Escobar covering. And that'll be out number 1. That does get the runner in scoring position now. We go back to the top of the order in DJ LeMahieu. And DJ grounded out to first his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Steve makes the catch for out number 2. Let's see if Dante Bouchette can drive in a run here. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. 15 on a 10. 15 on a 10. And that is going to be a fly ball out the right field. Justin makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. So the leadoff single goes nowhere. We go to the bottom of the third. It's still 4-0 Diamondbacks. And we got Finley, Drew, and Montero due up here in the third. Steve single and came around the score in the first inning. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Steve's down at first now. Nobody out. And that brings up Drew. And Drew hit a 2 RBI double back in the first inning. Here's the pitch to Drew. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. LeMahieu's up with it. And that's going to be a runner down at first. And they're going to get the runner out at second. That'll be a 4-6 put out, but Drew's too fast. He beats the relay. And he's standing down at first now. And Montero's up. 1 out. Drew down at first. And Miguel, he had an RBI single back in the first. And that's going to be against the righty. 16 on a 9. And that's going to be an infield hit. A little Baltimore chopper. And Montero's aboard here. First and second. 1 out for Lamb. Can he increase this lead? It's 4-0. Arizona, runner in scoring position, 1 out. Colorado needs a double play in the worst way. And Lamb flew out the Burke and left his first time up. Not this time, folks. That ball is hit hard. How far is this one going to travel against the righty? That'll be a 14. And that's going to be a triple in the right field, folks. A 2 RBI triple. And that just busted this game open. It is now 6-0 Arizona. And that might be it for Jimenez here. Let's see. They want to go to the bullpen, and I think they're going to have to here. Let's see who they got out in the bullpen they can go to. That's the question. This is going to be rough. So you got Randy Johnson. They're going to bring the infield in and let Jimenez pitch to Johnson. Randy's at the plate, but Randy ain't no slouch. He had a double back in the second. So runners down at third. Johnson at the plate. He's 1 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third with the infield in. That's going to be popped up. Then he makes the catch for out number 2. Let's see if Jimenez can get out of this inning with only 2 runs being scored. He's got Justin Upton up. He is 1 for 1. He homered in the first and walked in the second. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That'll win the inning, but 2 more runs score. And like I say, it's 6-0 Diamondbacks. As we go to the top of the 4th, you got Gonzalez due up, followed by Burks. I'm sorry, Galarraga due up, followed by Burks, and then Gonzalez. And Andre is 0 for 1. He struck out back in the first. And that's going to be a rare play of 37 and a 14. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Galarraga. And that's going to be a base on balls. Now, what you want with a 6-run lead, that's Johnson's first walk of the game to go with his 5 strikeouts. That brings up Burke now. And Burks, he struck out his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be a 11, 6. And that's going to be a double in the going to be a double in left field. And let's see here. Is he going to try to score from first with nobody out? Let's see here. He's going to stay put at third. So that's going to be, his run means nothing. So that's going to be a double in the left. And we got all of a sudden Colorado making some noise trying to get back in this game, trailing 6-0. Runners at second and third and nobody out. Arizona with a 2-run lead is going to play back. And Carlos, he singled back in the second. Let's see if Gonzalez can drive in some runs here and get the Rockies back in this. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Johnson. That's number 6. And that brings up Vinny Castillo now with the runners in the second and third. He struck out his first time up against Randy. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts. The big unit coming through. Can he get out of this inning with nobody scoring? Troy's up, and he struck out back in the second also. Johnson, after getting the first 2 batters aboard, is trying to strike out the side here. And that's not going to happen against the lefty. It'll be a 12. And that's going to be a single in the center field. And that's going to score 2. And Arizona makes it a 4-run ball game now. And it is now 6-2. They finally get to the big unit. Now you got a runner down at first and a 4-run ball game. And Rosario, he's singled back in the third. He's 1 for 1. And he's going to blast this ball in the right field down the line. Let's see, this might make this a 3-run ball game as Randy now in this 4th inning is struggling here. Can they cut this lead into half in this inning? 52, and Upton's got a cannon out there. Troy's got good speed, not great. They got to take a chance here. 28. That'll be a 54 or lower. He scores here on the double, and he's in there safely. So an RBI double by Rosario, and all of a sudden it's a 6-3 game, and Randy can't get this elusive last out. All 3 runs have scored now with 2 outs, and you got Jimenez due up here. Question is, do we pitch hit for him? Now that they're back in this game, I think they might just let him bat. And he has had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. They're going to let Jimenez bat for himself. I'll have a short leash here in the 4th, though. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Jimenez strikes out. But the Rockies score 3, cut the lead to 6-3. We go to the bottom of the 4th. You got Escobar, Goldschmidt, and Gonzalez due up here for the Diamondbacks. Escobar is 0 for 2. He's flown out to center and left. And not this time. He gets a hold of this. And Jimenez no sooner gets back in the game, he's given up hits already. And that's going to be a triple in the left center field. Escobar puts on the Jets. He's standing down at 3rd with a lead-off triple, folks. That's going to force the infield in with nobody out. And Paul Goldschmidt's up. He's 1 for 2. He has a single in the 1st, struck out in the 2nd. And that's going to be against the righty. 10. Makes out a 12. 12 against an 8. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And that's going to be it for Jimenez. As both batters get aboard here and makes it a 7-3 ball game. Let's see who's going to come out. You got the lefties coming up here. They got 2 lefties in the bullpen. And White's going to be the one coming out of the bullpen. Gabe White's going to come out of the bullpen here. As Jimenez can't get out of the 4th inning, folks. Short-lived game for him. So the Rockies go to the bullpen already. See if White can stop the bleeding here. So nobody out. Goldsmith down at 1st, and a 7-3 ball game. And Gonzalez is 0 for 2. He's flown out the right and left. Here's the pitch to Luis. And that's going to be a hit by batter. Wade comes in and plunks Luis right away. I don't know if that's frustration or not. In a 7-3 ball game in the first game of the year. I don't think he did it on purpose, but darn, not what you want to see if you're a Rockies fan. Now you got 1st and 2nd. Still nobody out for Steve Finley, and he's 1 for 1. He singled and came around the score in the 1st, and the Rockies need a double play in the worst way here. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. That'll be out number 1. 1 down finally, and that brings up Drew. And Drew's 1 for 2 with a 2 RBI double in the 1st. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a 23 on a 9. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Carlos makes the catch. Now there's 2 outs. White's coming in after hitting the batter and gotten 2 outs. And let's see what Miguel Montero. He's a perfect 2 for 2. 2 singles, drove in a run in the 1st. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Troy at short. He fires across the diamond. That'll end the inning. But the Diamondbacks score 1 more, make it 7-3. We go to the top of the 5th. And the big unit, Randy Johnson, will be facing the top of the order. LeMahieu, Bichette, and Gaga. And DJ's 0 for 2. He is grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. These Rockies ain't giving up with the bats. Lead off single here against the big unit. And Dante's up now. And he is 0 for 2. He is struck out and flown out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Upton for out number 1 rather. And that brings up the big cat. Andre Gagarrago is 0 for 1. He is struck out and walked, has yet to put the ball in play. He did come around the score back in the 4th after that walk. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. 43 and a 7. Probably fielding column 2. Yeah, fielding column 2. And so they'll get the lead runner. That'll be a 4-6 put out. Puts the big cat down at first now with 2 outs for Burks. And Burks is 1 for 2. He doubled and came around the score in the 4th. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Upton. That'll end the inning. And Colorado strands 1 to the bottom of the 5th we go. The bottom part of the order due up here for Arizona. Lamb, Johnson, and then back to Justin. And Jake is 1 for 2. He tripled, drove in 2 back in the 3rd. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a 8. That's going to be a ground ball down to DJ. He fires over to first for out number 1. Here comes Randy. Randy's already doubled in this game, folks. He's 1 for 2, double back in the 2nd. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Johnson out for out number 2. And now Upton comes to the plate. And Justin's 1 for 2 with that leadoff homer. Start this game off. And that's going to be against the lefty in 18. That's going to be a fly ball out to Carlos. And that'll end the inning. And 1, 2, 3 goes Arizona. To the top of the 6th we go. We got Carlos due up here, followed by Vinny and Troy. So Gonzalez is 1 for 2. He's singled and struck out. And that's going to be against the lefty. 21. That's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Carlos is out. 1 down, nobody on for Vinny now. And Castillo, he has struck out both times against Johnson. Can he get the hat trick? And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out for the 3rd time. Vinny gets the sombrero. So he walks back to the bench. And Troy's up now. He has a 2 RBI single back in the 4th and also is struck out against Randy. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Johnson now with back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. And Colorado goes down in order. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Escobar, Goldsmith, and Gonzalez due up. And Escobar has that triple back in the 4th, came around the score. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. White strikes him out for out number 1. And Paul Goldsmith is up now. And Paul's a 2 for 3 with an RBI back in the 4th. And that's going to be against the lefty. It'll be a 16 on an 8. It's going to be a fly ball out the center field. 2 up and 2 down here in the 6th. Let's see what Luis can do here. And Luis is 0 for 2. He has flown out to the corners and been hit by a pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And 1, 2, 3 goes Arizona. We go to the 7th inning. It's a 4-run ball game. You've got Rosario, a pitch hitter for White. Then back to the top of the order we go, and DJ. Rosario's a perfect 2 for 2. He's one of the few Rockies that figured out Randy. He has a single and a double. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Johnson, I put the kibosh on him, strikes him out here. See Colorado's upcoming schedule. They got 2 more games here in Arizona. Then they stay on the road and go to Houston. We'll need a pitch hitter here for White. See, he's going to come off the bench here. And I think Trevor Story's going to come off the bench. You need some base runners here. You don't need the pop yet. First, you need some base runners. So Troy's going to come off the bench. Where's Trevor at? Trevor Story comes off the bench here. And in 2018, Story hit .291, 37 homers, 108 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Johnson strikes him out. And that's going to be Randy's 12th strikeout of the game, folks. Randy's been mowing them down. That's 2 outs. And now you got DJ up. He's 1 for 3. He has grounded out, flown out, and singled in the 5th. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Escobar over to first, and that'll end the inning. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 7-3 Arizona. We got Finley, Drew, and Montero due up here. So you got the lefties. I don't know if they're going to burn the other lefty in this game. Let's see here. I don't think they're going to burn the other lefty right away in this game. I think they want to hold him off so he's fresh for tomorrow, maybe. It's the problem. They're going to go through this bullpen. You're going to have to use it wisely here because that starting pitching is not very good. Not very good at all.
Ottaviano.
And I think Adam Montevantiera is going to come out of the bullpen. See, they're going to go with. And there's Adam. Let's see what year this is. This is 2018. He was 6-4 with 6 saves with a 2.42 ERA. Can he keep it a 4-run game here with Finley up? Finley's 1 for 2 in the game. And that ball is high. How far is this one going to travel, folks? Against the righty, 16, and that ball is out of here. Welcome to Arizona. Adam gets hammered right away. Steve Finley starts this 7th inning off with a leadoff homer, and it is now an 8-3 ball game. And Drew's up now. He is 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI double in the first. And that's going to be against the righty, 16. And that's going to be a fly ball out the deep part of center field. Carlos goes back, makes the catch for out number 1. Sure isn't fooling them here. And that brings up Miguel Montero. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI single back in the first. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left. Like I say, they're hitting the ball hard. Now, last 2's have been right out the outfielders. See if Jake can do something here with 2 outs and a run already in. Lamb had that 2 RBI triple back in the third. He's 1 for 3. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Troy at short. He fires over to the big cat. And that'll end the inning. But the leadoff homer by Finley makes it 8-3. We go to the top of the 8th. 2, 3, 4 hitters are due up here against Randy. You've got Bruchette, Galarraga, and Burks. And Dante's 0 for 3. He has struck out and flown out to right twice. And that's going to be against the lefty. 15. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Dante out for out number 1. And that is Randy's 13th strikeout of the game here, folks. 13 strikeouts and only 1 walk. And the big cat's 0 for 2. He has struck out, walked, and grounded into a fielder's choice. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts. Ken Johnson again strike out the side here. And Burks is 1 for 3. He has struck out, doubled, and flown out. And that's going to be a 9 against the lefty. That'll be an 11. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Drew's up with it. Nice play. Fires over to first. 1, 2, 3. Goes Colorado. To the bottom of the 8th we go. And is that going to be it for Mr. Johnson? I think they're going to let him pitch here. See how many strikeouts he can get. So we'll have Johnson to lead it off. Then Upton and Escobar. And Randy is 1 for 3. He doubled back in the second. Popped up and struck out. And that's going to be a 29. It's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And fires over to first to the big cat for out number 1. And Justin's up now, back to the top of the order. And Justin's 1 for 3 with that leadoff homer to start this game off. And that's going to be another ground ball back to the mound. 2 ground balls back to Adam, 2 outs. And Escobar is up now. And Escobar is 1 for 4 with a triple in this game. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Carlos in center. 1, 2, 3 goes to Diamondbacks. To the top of the 9th we go. Let's see here if Randy can get a complete game out of this. He's got 14 strikeouts, folks. He's got the big boys due up here. He's got Gonzalez, Castillo, and Troy due up. Carlos is 1 for 3. He is singled back in the second. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Upton for out number 1. And Vinny's up now. And Vinny's 0 for 3. He has struck out 3 times. He's gotten the sombrero. Can Randy give him the golden sombrero? And that's going to be another fly ball. This one out to Finley for out number 2. And Colorado's down to their last out. It's up to Troy to keep it going. He does have an RBI single back, 2 RBI single back in the 4th, but Randy struck him out the other 2 times. And that's going to be against the 11. And that is going to be a base hit in the left field. So now there's a runner on at first and 2 outs. See if he can get Rosario. He has hit him well. He's 2 for 3 with a double, RBI double in the 4th and a single in the 3rd. And that's going to be a Pop up down the third. Lamb waits for it to come down, makes the catch, and that's your ball game, folks. That is Arizona wins this game 8-3. It could be a long year here for Colorado and this pitching staff. Take a look here at the box score. One thing I want to do before the box score. Okay, that's about. Okay, now we'll look here at the box score. Arizona got off to that quick lead and never looked back, that's for sure. 4 runs in the first inning. Randy Johnson with 14 strikeouts, folks. That's what that star is for. So Colorado, 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. The Diamondbacks, 8 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. You had Troy and Rosario for Rockies, both having 2 hits. Rockies were 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position, left 5 men on base. You had Goldsmith, Finley, and Drew. Even all 3 had 4 hits, and the Diamondbacks were 4 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Upton and Finley both had several homers, and Diamondbacks left 6 men on base. JIMENEZ sure did light up the sky here in Arizona. He's 0-1 now. Terrible start to the season for him. 3 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs, walked 2, struck out 2, gave up a homer. White came in and shut him down. 3 innings, 2 strikeouts. And Antavena comes in 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, gave up a homer. Randy goes the distance to pick up his first win. Johnson's now 1-0. He went 9 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, walked 1, and struck out 14. What a masterpiece by Randy Johnson, the big unit. We'll take a look here at the leaderboard and standings. Ain't a lot to look at. And out west now in the National League, you got Arizona on top. Like I say, bronze leading the National League. You got Hank Aaron with 2 homers and 4 RBIs leading the National League. Of course, the pitchers here, they're not going to have an ERA. Of course, everybody with their first win. And you got 2 pitchers tied with saves. Hank Aaron's leading in the MVP, Rocker in the Cy Young. Oh, enjoy yourself, Steve. Yeah, Steve says he's listening on his flight to Philly. I hope you enjoy yourself, bud. Yeah. Check out Steve's channel, Simulations with Steve Tire. Keep up with the Field of Dreams and all that good stuff that Steve does with action PC games, folks. And if you enjoy being in a league, go to the Discord channel and you can join next year. Like I say, we do both baseball and football. Check it out. Let's see what the next pitching matchup in this series is going to be here between these Diamondbacks and Rockies on April Fool's Day. Let's see here. I don't think it's going to be those 2 now. I think it's going to be De La Roche against Kennedy. So this is saying Freeland and Ray. I think it's, like I say, it's going to be De La Roche and Kennedy's going to be pitching. And I want to thank Steve for stopping by. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out, hit that like button and leave a comment. Until next time, you all have a great day and take care.